Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Event Tech Live 2022. If you have just joined us, my name is Simon Howard, and we have still got a couple of fantastic sessions coming up to round up day one of Event Tech Live. If you are joining us and you've not already got involved on the social media, make some noise about it. If you are coming down to London, we would love to know where you are coming from. Use the hashtag ETL London 22. That is at the bottom of your screens if you need it. Please do get involved on the social media and get out there. Let us know. We would love to see you in London. I've just got the agenda up for London, actually. It's kicking off on tomorrow morning from 10 a.m. We've actually got 5 different sessions that you can choose to take part in straight off the bat. So we've got building the buzz before your event, how to get your attendees going before they even arrive. We've got event ROI, how do you measure the impact of your events on a buyer's journey? We've got how Slack uses Slack to organize its own events and build community, how abandoned carts can make or break your events. If you want to know what that is, you need to be in London tomorrow. And what are the top 5 things defining the future of event experience tech? So you've literally got 5 sessions, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. They are all for you to choose from. I believe doors open at 9:30. So if you are joining us down in London, make sure you get there early, get in the queue. Get a brew in your hand and get ready to get involved in the event tech community and experience. But for now, ladies and gents, we are going to go straight back on to our next session of the day. Marketing your event smarter, not harder. I said it earlier on, it doesn't matter how good your event is. If people don't know about it and they are not there to enjoy it with you, it's all completely pointless. So our next guest speaker has spent over 10 years sorting out many issues within sales and marketing within the event industry, and he created Fusion as a solution to the industry's needs. So to introduce our next session, I'd like to now welcome CEO of Fusion, Jake Sperley. Jake, how are you, sir?
Simon, I'm doing well. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
Well, we're very glad to have you. I know we were chatting just off air behind the scenes, and I know it's a very early start for you, so a massive thank you for getting involved. Looking forward to the session. Take it away. The floor is yours.
I appreciate it, Simon. Everybody, welcome Event Tech Live. I am stoked for this session. It's something I am super passionate about, right? And it's only 6:40 a.m. here on the West Coast where I am, and I'm this jacked to be talking about how to market your event smarter, not harder. I think sometimes we get caught up in all the event logistics and details. And just like Simon said, if nobody's showing up to this thing, why are we doing it, right? I got my start, and really where I learned what we're going to talk about today, I call it the 3 pillars. I learned this from doing it myself. I was running a fair festival sort of thing, and people were showing up, but we had so much room for growth and opportunity. That's where I tapped into social media and marketing our event smarter, not harder. And once I started tapping into doing things smarter, I was able to increase our attendance by 38% while spending less money on marketing than we ever had before. Without further ado, we only have 30 minutes. Let's jump right into this thing. So what are we doing today? We're going to do a quick introduction. Who am I? And then how are you going to market your event? My name is Jake Sperley, as Simon said, CEO of Fusion. I have been in your guys' shoes. I was once an event organizer. I was fed up with the solutions out there that just didn't meet my needs. So I said, hey, let's go build it myself. That's what we're doing. We're excited about it. And really, I'm excited to be teaching you guys how to market your event, because we have to drive attendees to our events and get them where we need them to be. We can't even get into the 3 pillars in my big scheme here without talking about branding, right? If you don't have a brand, a solid brand behind your event, a lot of the stuff we're going to be talking about today, it's not going to crumble. It's not going to fall apart. It's just not going to be as effective. So if you're running an event, I don't care what it is, if it's a festival, if it's a webinar series, if you are a commercial business and you're trying to drive people to your webinar, you have to have that solid branding behind your event. What does that look like, right? Your colors have to match your events, right? If you're producing a winter festival, let's say, maybe your color scheme should be a blue or a white, right? If you are producing a music festival, right, you might want bright, vibrant colors. So whatever colors you're using in your logo or in any of your branding or marketing messages has to match that look and feel of what your event is going to be portraying and the emotions they're going to be evoking. Your logo. Did your fifth grade, daughter design your logo, or is it professional? Do you have it in multiple different formats? PNG, JPEG, PDF? Is it crisp? Is it clean? Do you have multiple different variations of that logo that are going to look good on any media type that you use it? I think that's one of the big things that I see that's lacking is people don't realize that their logo and these colors have massive, massive impact, emotional impact when we are implementing these marketing strategies. Your graphics, are they custom done? Canva's a great resource. It's like super cheap. It provides you all the tools you need to make professional graphics, right? Are your graphics on point? Do they look good? Is your website optimized for converting? Or is it from 1995 WordPress HTML? There's so many cheap website builders out there. Is your website not only looking good, is it easy to navigate? Does it get straight to the point? And is it easy for somebody to quickly figure out what is your event about? And here's how I buy a ticket to go to your event. Next is the tagline. This is a big one. I think especially in events, we try and do too much and we try and portray too much to our audiences. What I always tell the folks that I'm working with is describe your event in one sentence only. If you're a food and beverage expo, what does that look like? This is the tasting event of the year. Unmissable. Somebody's going to read that and instantly know, I know exactly what this is about, right? If you're Event Tech Live, what is your tagline? We are the event technology expo for the world, right? Whatever your event is, describe it in one sentence and hit that home. Minimal wording wins. Oh my gosh. We get into like this word jungle, right? We want to be so descriptive and list everything out. 99% of the time, people don't care. They just want simple bullet points, straight to the point, quick and easy. I know this is branding 101. That's why it's labeled branding 101. But if we don't lay this foundation, a lot of the stuff and the interesting things we're going to be learning in this presentation won't be as effective. So I'm glad we have branding 101 out of the way. So let's start this thing off, right? So we've got our branding. We've kind of laid the framework. We've laid the foundation. That's nice, sturdy, solid. Now we're going to kind of build up from there. Looking at your event, whatever your event is, and feel free, grab a piece of paper. This works really, really well if you write it out and you kind of visualize how we're going to market your event, smarter, not harder. Are you running a local event, as in, within 50 miles or, 20 kilometers of your target audience, right? Or your event location? Is it regional, right? So I'm in the United States. Is it the Pacific Northwest? Is it the South? Is it the Northeast? Or is it national, right? Like Event Tech Live, I would argue this is a national event because I'm joining from the United States. People are coming in tomorrow from London. So really, where geographically is your event and how far do you want to spread that marketing message? Once we have geographically where we're going, I say, and this is my claim to fame, break it down to pillars. So I come from the live event space, the entertainment, fairs, rodeos, festivals, expos, that sort of thing. So today's example is going to be exactly what I did to drive attendance, an increase in attendance by 38%. So here's exactly how I did it. It's a fair. So we're going to break your event down into 3 pillars. What are those 3 pillars? If you can't think of 3 pillars, think a little bit harder. I know you can. Let's say we'll just go off this example. It's a fair, right? At that fair, we had 3 main components that really intrigued our customers that were attending the event. That was our rodeo, it was our carnival, and we had some like country concerts that we produced at the end of the day as well. So once you break kind of that down, so you have your event, it's a fair up here, and below that, we have our 3 pillars. Pillar 1 is rodeo, pillar 2 is carnival, pillar 3 is country concert, right? We're kind of building out those different pillars here. And then within each pillar, we're going to now associate that pillar with our target demographic of who we want to target for that specific pillar. And here's where a lot of folks go wrong. They try and market their event on one holistic message, right? Think about from a consumer, if I want to attend the fair and I get this message of oh, we have a rodeo, carnival, concert, like all these different things. But I only care about the rodeo portion. You're overwhelming me with information that I don't care about. That's why we have to break it down into 3 pillars. And ideally, pillars can be called your ICPs, your ideal customer profiles. But really, what we're trying to do here is create individual pillars that we can target our marketing message directly to that pillar so that we're only talking about the things that this ideal customer cares about. And we're only putting in front of them marketing messages that's going to hit home for them, and we're not wasting touch points on them. So for the rodeo pillar, you could say this person probably has a Western lifestyle. They might like country music. Maybe they like a famous artist like Dirk Bentley or George Strait, or rodeo. They like PBR. They like bull riding. Maybe they like barrel racing. Maybe they like horses, right? So you can get very detailed and very in depth as to who this ideal person is and what their interests are. For carnival, right, we're probably targeting kids and families. When I did this, and in this case study that I have, is for the carnival, it was a big sale. We sold more carnival pre-sale wristbands than we'd ever sold in the entirety of the fair. And the fair is like 100-something years old. And I made a marketing message strictly to kids, as low as I could go, up to like 18, 19, and then to parents. That's it. So I cut out everybody over like 35, very, very niche target audience. And then for the country concert, they probably like country music. They like concerts. Maybe they like Dirk Bentley, George Strait. They like different country music artists. And don't be afraid to get too detailed here, right? I feel when we have more details on paper and we can see exactly what we're trying to do, we can then follow that guide when we're creating our marketing material. And we can really dive into those ideal customer profiles a lot deeper with the more information that we take up front to build out our 3 pillars. The next step in that is now putting in the ages, right? So for rodeo, who is the ideal person going to, how old are they going to be? I would argue for rodeo, it's 21 to 50. For a carnival, it's probably 10 to 19. Country concert, probably 21 to 50. If you don't know these numbers, I would encourage you to start collecting that data through your ticketing platform when you're selling tickets to your next event. Grab their ages, grab their demographics. Where are you located? Which can help you with, is your event local, regional, or national? Figure out how old they are, what's their gender, figure out any of their other interests. Because the more data you can collect, especially if this is their first time doing this method, you might not have all the answers here. And that's okay, right? But the way to get those answers is by asking your consumers during the ticket checkout who they are, what do they like to do? Going into our marketing channels, right? So we have our events up here. We have our 3 different pillars that we've created. We have then went into each pillar and pulled out what our ideal customer from each pillar looks like. From that pillar, we're going to now pick 2 to 3 marketing channels that we are now going to target those ideal customers on. A lot of people like to pick a ton of channels and they throw everything at the wall and hope it sticks. And we could probably all agree that that just doesn't work. Or it might work, but it's a lot of work. And I don't know about you guys, but I like doing the least amount of work possible and getting the greatest return from my efforts. It's not that I'm lazy. It's just that I have a lot of things going on and I want to be using my time in an effective way. So pick 2 to 3 channels. People are going to argue print is dead. Print is not dead. I have a customer in Alberta, Canada, that all they do is print advertising. They poster and flyer entire cities and they sell out their show every single year. So print is not dead. So you have a bunch of different options here, whether you're doing print as a marketing channel, partnerships as in sponsorships, and even if you're an expo like Event Tech Live, they did a nice job of having your vendors and your exhibitors do some of that marketing for you, right? I think we forget to realize that if you have exhibitors or vendors at your event, let's say you have 100 of them, each exhibitor or vendor has their own specific network, their own audience that they already have for their business, that if done correctly, you can tap into that. And again, why work harder? Why don't we just tap into the audiences that they already exist, target them for our events? It helps your vendors and exhibitors because hopefully the people that are in their audience are going to come to your show and then come to their booth. So it's a no-lose situation for them. It gets you in front of more people almost free. And it's one of the easiest things you can do, right? But I think where some people get caught up here is in the partnership stuff and partnership marketing, they expect their partners to just go out and create all these marketing materials for them. One of the best things I ever did, and I've advised our people I work with to do, is make it really, really easy for your vendors and exhibitors, right? Go into Canva or whatever design studio you use, create a template and make graphics for your vendors and exhibitors and lay it out for them, right? Here is your graphic. Here's your logo. Here's our logo. Has all the information on it. Literally all you have to do is put this into your email blast or your social media and hit send. Make it easy for your partners to get the job done. They're running their own business. Their focus isn't on marketing your event. So just make it easy. Click of a button. There you go. Social media. A lot of great things to go on in here versus paid and organic. Really, what I'm talking about today is I implemented that whole strategy on a social media marketing and a print strategy. And the big thing when we're talking about those ICPs and building those 3 customer pillars, the reason I have you write down all the very, very specific details is because when you go into paid social advertising, you are able to go and granularly put in all those different interests or customer data points that you have as far as age or geographical location or country music interests or rodeo interests or carnival interests, right? Those are all things. If you haven't spent time doing any social media marketing on a paid ad side, there's so many things you can put in there. So you are highly targeting each customer pillar on a very, very granular level. But we also can't forget about organic social media. I think Event Tech Live does a fantastic job of organic social, right? They're constantly posting, they're building an audience. Because one of the big things I advise folks is building up your audience, right? The downfall to paid social marketing is that you're renting the audience, right? So instead of renting it, try and own that audience. So owning that audience is, getting a whole bunch of, this isn't actually owning the audience, but to help with that, it's, getting people to like your Facebook page, like your LinkedIn page, and bringing them into your community. So that way, anytime you're posting on the organic channels of Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, they're seeing all of your posts. Well, with the algorithms, I'm sure nobody sees all of the posts that you actually post, but they're going to see them a lot more than if they hadn't followed or liked your page. And I think a lot of people get too serious, I think, with organic social media. Our customers love to see the behind the scenes look of our event. If you're a rodeo and you're setting things up, show them the setup of the panels. If you are a software company and you're producing a webinar that you want to drive folks to, take them behind the scenes of you creating all of the different slides, of you creating the videos that are about to be displayed and posted during that webinar. People love the behind the scenes stuff. It's not too silly. I don't think you can overpost. You can underpost for sure. I don't know that you can overpost, right? People want to feel engaged with your event, not just when the event's happening, but 24/7. And the best way to do that is to feel like they're a part of the team, right? Go live with them during event setup, walk around your event live. If you have something new and fancy, show it to them in a video. Don't be afraid to get behind that camera and show your audience what your event's all about and what you're doing about it. Referrals. This is another massive one. So assuming you use some sort of ticketing platform or a sign-up platform, webinar platform, whatever it is, you probably have a database of customers that you can now use. We have a customer. It's a basically a music festival on the West Coast in the United States, and they ship out wristbands. And so you buy your ticket, and then you get your wristband shipped out to you. This last year, we implemented a referral marketing strategy where in every single mailer for people to get their wristbands, we gave a promo code saying, hey, if your friends want to join, use promo code XYZ, and they will get 10% off of their ticket to XYZ event. And we saw, I think that accounted for about 10% of ticket sales. And it was almost free for us to do, besides just putting in the little promo code flyer. And then again, we're tapping into the audience of our existing customers, because them talking about our event is way better than us talking about our event, using our existing customers to get new customers that are now our customers. And then you can kind of see how that cycle keeps repeating. And year after year, we're going to get more referrals. Referrals turn into more of our customers. More of our customers turn into more referrals. And the spiral keeps going and going. And it's basically free to do. My least favorites, people can argue with me on this, is radio and TV. I think, as we know, a lot of people are going to Netflix or Hulu. Obviously, you can advertise on those platforms. Radio is declining. Spotify, Pandora is on the rise. That's the one that I least advise. But if you have a killer radio marketing strategy, I don't want to take it away from you, because it is an option. But I do think there are better options out there. Speaking to graphics. So we have our event, we have our 3 pillars. We know who we're targeting. We know what platforms we're going to be using: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever platform you choose, radio, print. Now, to each platform, we have to create a graphic tailored to that pillar, that target customer we're looking for. And the thing I really want to hit home here is, you have to, when you're making your graphics, you have to think about, okay, when my customer is on YouTube, what are they doing? Like, what emotions are they feeling? Like, what does that look like for them? For me, I'm in a discovery phase when I'm on YouTube, and it probably doesn't, I'm watching videos, so it probably doesn't make sense for you to put a still motion picture in front of my face. So maybe that should be an educational graphic, an educational video about your event, or maybe teaching me something. Like if it was Event Tech Live and I was advertising on YouTube to a set of event organizers, I might create a video that says, hey, did you know that 1 in 5 attendees show up to your event the day of? If you didn't know that, you have a lot to learn, and you should, join us whatever day at Event Tech Live virtually, right? I'm in a discovery phase because I'm on YouTube. I'm learning something. I just learned something, but now I also know, hey, I can learn more if I attend this event. So just think about, when you're thinking about your different, your audiences, but then also the platforms that you choose or the marketing channels you choose, think about what the person on that platform or what that person in that marketing channel is feeling during the time that they might see your graphics. Your graphics have to speak to your target audience, your different pillars. So in the rodeo example, right, I might throw like a hey y'all or a howdy, something that speaks to the folks of the rodeo market. If you were in, I don't know, maybe you had a tech conference, like a coding conference for software developers, maybe you would do something super cool with like a line of code, like PHP with an if statement or whatever, to speak to that customer audience. People like that. They feel like, oh my gosh, this person's speaking my language. Like I can get involved with that. So you have to speak to your audience. Minimal wins. Sometimes we want to get super wordy, especially in print media, even in like just different graphics. We get so wordy, it just drowns out the noise, right? And that's why we come to our third point here is clear taglines, right? Minimalist wording wins. Your taglines are going to hit home, right? We want to take off as much wording as possible. Just give them the information they need to know: date, time, event name, that tagline. Because in a perfect world, your one tagline should describe your whole event in that one sentence. Therefore, you shouldn't need all of this extra wording, because your tagline should be doing all that work for you. Great promo videos sell. I cannot harp this enough. If you don't have footage from your event, go to like Canva or Flickr or some sort of, video studio library that you can go buy these videos. If you don't have like a graphics team or a video editor, go on Fiverr or Upwork. It's super cheap and you can get a great promo video. The reason promo videos sell, very, very simple. People are invoked by emotions, right? People make decisions based off emotions. People like to visually see what your event is about. They want to see it. They want to feel those emotions. If I was promoting a rodeo, I'd create a promo video with great bull riding and great rodeo events. And I would have like that thunderous feeling behind it to get like my nervous system amped up, jacked up, and be like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a great event. I have to go. Because graphics, it's tough to evoke emotion. Promo videos, very easy to evoke emotion. When we can evoke emotion and we can get into folks' nervous system, the easier it is to sell them and drive them to our event. Simple graphics draw attention. Again, this kind of goes with minimalistic wording, clear taglines. The less fluff you have on your graphics, the more straight to the point it is, the better off you're going to be. So timelines. Here's in a 90-day schedule, and I know we're running short on time, so we'll kick it up here. It's a topic I'm super passionate about. 90 days out, you should also have 3 different ticket tiers, right? So 90 days out, you should be having ticket tier A, and then you should just be creating awareness about your event. Just throwing out a broad net, trying to hit everybody in your ideal customer profiles, whether you're driving them to a Facebook event so you can retarget them later, whether you're driving them to your website so you can track them with a Facebook pixel. I won't go into pixel tracking and like deep social media. We'll kind of keep this general. And you should probably spend about 20% of your marketing budget between 90 and 60 days out. 60 days out, you should be moving to ticket tier B, so the price is going to get a little bit higher. And we're still just kind of throwing out that broad net. We are bringing people into our audience, and we're just making them aware of our event. We're not really trying to convert a bunch of ticket sales right now. We just want people to know about our event and keep it on their radar. 30 days out, we're going to have ticket tier C. So again, the price goes up. And this is where you want to sell a majority of your tickets, is in ticket tier C. 30 days out, you're going to be putting your print media up. So if you're a localized event, you're going to be posting and flying in the city, handing out cards, whatever that looks like for you. 30 days out, you're also going to start doing retargeting ads. So if you are using the paid social channels, you're going to want to start retargeting those people that said they were interested in your Facebook event, or maybe that went to your website. So you want to do about a 50-50 split between retargeting ads and, again, continuing that brand awareness ads and the event ads to still make people, even 30 days out, aware that your event's happening. Between 30 and 15 days out, you're spending about 40% of your marketing budget. Be sure you're posting on social media daily if you haven't already. And 30 days out is also a great time to start that partnership marketing. Get your vendors and exhibitors talking about your event. Get your sponsors talking about your event. Get the venue talking about your event. Get anybody that touches your event to be talking about your event. 15 days out, we're moving up to, I guess we're still on ticket tier C. Sometimes people day of make it a little bit more expensive. Again, here now we're strictly going to retargeting. We've thrown out our broad net for the past 60 whatever days. And now we're just trying to harvest anybody that has showed interest in our event that hasn't already purchased a ticket. 15 days out, you're going to be spending about 20% of your marketing budget. Discount codes to ticket purchasers is a great way. So that referral marketing that I was talking about, sending out a discount code to people that have already purchased a ticket. Great thing to do right here. And then partnership marketing in your local markets and stores, right? Kind of honing in a little bit more on that partnership marketing aspect. This timeline, I think, is a great outline. You don't have to follow it, strictly, because obviously different events have different timelines, but the majority of events can fit into this timeline, and it works very, very well. We've seen a lot of great success with that. So these are just my 9 ticket sales tips, things that I see our customers do that might be beneficial to you. Quick bullet points: sell tickets from your own website or domain. Throwing people to a third-party website to buy a ticket oftentimes reduces consumer confidence. Keep them all on your web page. Keep them right there. Or if your ticketing company can put their software on your own domain, like tickets.xyz event, we've seen a big increase in conversions just by doing that. Testimonials sell. On your event website, ask people, when you ask them how the event was, put in, hey, John said this was the best event he attended all year for finding new event technology. People don't want to hear it from you, the event. They want to hear it from their friends and from other people, because that is what builds consumer confidence. Use ticket tiers. People don't like spending more money. Have them buy early, get them locked in early, and increase those prices as we get closer to the event. Write a compelling and clear descriptions. Don't just put general admission ticket when you're doing your ticket types. Put it in depth. What does that person get? This is where you do need to get wordy, right? What does that person get for buying a general admission ticket? What times are they there? What's going on when they have that ticket? Why should they buy that ticket? People love a good promo video. We talked about that. Even if it's just one promo video that's 30 seconds, do it. You're going to see great results from it. Clear event taglines make ticket purchasing easy. Like I said, if they don't know what your event's about in one sentence, they're just going to get confused, and it might take them longer on that buying journey to actually convert to a ticket sale. Whatever your event is, one tagline and hit it home. Use previous ticket buyers, but don't be like that weird needy ex, right? If you're using a ticketing platform, you have a database of customers that you can already retarget and say, hey, your customer from last year, really appreciate it. We have our early bird tickets on sale now. They're at a deep discount just for you guys. Don't be afraid to use previous ticket buyers because they've already liked you once. If you did a good job, they're going to buy a ticket again. Last minute promo codes targeted at friends is an insane way to just pick cherries off the top and drive ticket sales, especially at the end. And one that is close to my heart and kind of why I started Fusion is keep those ticketing fees low. We do see a decrease as the ticket fees go up. The number of ticket sales can sometimes start to go down. Because at the end of the day, if it's a $10 ticket and they're paying $5 in fees, I know I personally have walked away from purchasing a ticket because the fees were outrageous and I thought they were too high. Those little things do help. I hope you got some nugget out of it. These slides are available if you need them and want them. If Event Tech Live can't get them to you, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to provide that. And again, marketing our event smarter, not harder, because at the end of the day, we're event organizers. We've got a lot of things going on. We just want butts in our seats and driving those people to our event. If there's questions, love to answer them. Thank you.
Nuggets all the way through there. I have to say, absolutely enjoyed that. A lot of people excited to come to this session as well, and there are a few questions come in, so I'm going to fire a couple at you if that's okay. So question number one has come from Emily. She would like to know, how do you increase attendance percentage when the event is free?
Ooh, Emily, good question. So you are playing a little bit more difficult game if you don't have ticket buyers and kind of those previous customers to retarget, I guess, if you will. One thing you can do that I've seen work successfully is on site have an activation where they can put in their email for like a free drawing. Because at the end of the day, the more emails you have, the better off you're going to be in building that database. So maybe you have a booth that says, hey, sign up for a free, I don't know what your event is, but maybe a free carriage ride or whatever. So you're building that database of emails that you can now retarget going forward and do that every year. Another thing that free events can be hard because sometimes there's the perceived value decrease. People think free and they decrease the value of the event because it's free. So you are up against a struggle there. Totally get it. I think the best thing you can do is really make sure that you are providing on-site opportunities for people to get active on social, right? The best free events that I see are, the ones that are like family oriented or people are talking about on social media, right? They have photo ops, they have different like hashtags, and they're constantly posting on social media. They see it from their friends, and then they say, oh, that's interesting. I want to do that. The last nugget I would recommend to you with free events is using Facebook advertising. Drive your attendees to your Facebook event, and then you can retarget every person that even looks at your Facebook event. You can then create an audience for them in Facebook. You can probably just Google this and learn how to do it. And then you can retarget that audience. So those are three things that I hope help you to increase the attendance of your free events.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for that. And I say, unfortunately, we are out of time today. We have got to get in the next session. But Jake, thank you so much for your time today. And I say, I know it's been an early start for you. So thank you very much for being a part of EdTech Live 22.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
Super. So, unfortunately, I know there's a couple more questions that you do want Jake to answer there. If you do want to reach out to him, though, do connect with him on the platform or reach out on socials. And as he said, he's happy to answer your questions.